I love it. It's
My
awesome.
parents got me this shirt for Christmas. I got me this for Christmas.
Very cool. I
Mm.
I I went to the Ollie's Pleasant Hill last weekend with my dad.
How was it?
It was amazing. I think when you go you'll freak out. I
Did it
mean,
have like a good book selection? Because it's like a real grocery store, right?
yeah, they have toys, groceries, food dehydrators, um just it's like this giant warehouse and everything is super super discounted. Um I got your StarCraft book here. Let me see. So here's
Yay!
your StarCraft book. It's brand new. It's still in the shrink wrap. There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I kind of want to get one for myself now. Um
I mean, you're welcome to like, enjoy it as well. You can open it up
no,
and
no,
check
I'm
it out.
keeping it in the shrink wrap. I wanted to show this to you. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that?
Oh, awesome.
Stephen King, Dark Tower, trade paperback, The Fall of Gilead. With the gunslinger.
That's so cool.
Only 4.99, brand new. I was super super happy to get that. And then, do you like Critical Role at all?
Yeah, I need to start like actually watching their stuff. I've seen a bunch of like shorts of it.
Yeah, I it's pretty fun. Hardcover Dark Tower. So another Dark Tower comic book, hardcover, also $5. So apparently it doesn't matter at all.
I
So
wonder how many of those there are. $5 for the paperback and the hardcover. Interesting.
yeah, if you want, I can like whatever I have that you're interested in, I can pick it up for you if you want to like Venmo me or something, so you don't have to go if you want.
No, I definitely want to go.
Stephen King. Oh yeah. So I got you the StarCraft book, and then this is what I got for Christy because I was like, the prices are so cheap, why not? $3. Uh, Stephen
That's
King is
awesome.
another writer. So part of like the Gwendy trilogy. So yeah, brand new, $3, ridiculous deal. That's the second one. And then this is the third one. So the third one in the trilogy, also
That's
Stephen
really cool
King.
artwork.
Yeah, $5. And uh Kelly got this for Kim. That's the girl that played um
Oh yeah, I remember Kim.
yeah, she role played with us. This is like a Blizzard art book, brand new, $7. And then here, this is like a coffee table. This is like a coffee table book, Critical Role.
Oh, super cool.
Seven, yeah, $7. I mean, the deals are like
Yeah, those are all
ridiculous.
like $50 books. Not the like
Hmm.
the graphic novels, but like those art books definitely are.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. All the art books, um, yeah, exactly. They would normally go for like $50. So it's just crazy, crazy deals there. I think I'll probably go back this weekend because I have like an addiction now.
Yeah, I was thinking about going this weekend. I got my Novatech like, $100 card, but I left it at my parents. But I have to go back to my parents anyways because my dad's present um
Yeah?
didn't come in until like a couple days ago because it was shipping from overseas. It's the first thing
Oh
I
yeah.
bought. I bought it like the first week of December, and it's just taken, over a month for it to get here. So I had to go give him his Christmas present and exchange, um, food containers that got exchanged on
Oh.
Christmas. I'm not sure if I can do that this weekend or not, though. But I figure once I do that, I'll get the card and then go to like Ollie's and thrift stores and stuff like that, and that's what I'll use it on.
Oh man.
that'll,
Oh
that'll that'll be like our play money.
yeah, you're gonna. I mean, if you're anything like me, when you get into Ollie's, I've gone twice now, 2 weekends like back to back, because like I really am like kind of obsessed with it now. And each time I come out of Ollie's, the only thing that limits me, Thomas, is the amount of books that I can like hold without them dropping. Because I always leave with like a stack that's just like this high. Like it's just so I'm like I walk up to the counter like this, trying to balance everything, and the lady's just
A
like, "What
kid
the
on
heck?"
his like first day of middle school, and you're like, I have all my books.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that. Like I always walk up with this giant stack, and then they'll ring it all up and you think it's gonna be like $500, and then they're like $60. You're like, yeah, I have that. That's fine.
Good.
So if you want, I was gonna go to Ollie's Saturday. So if you want to meet up, we can. I'll probably get there early. So if you want, we
Yeah,
don't
shoot
have
me a
to though.
text.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the weekend looks, but yeah, definitely text me because if I'm free, I'll just go there.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. I try to get there like early when they open, so I don't have to like mess with all the other people. So
Yeah, especially considering like the traffic around Pleasant Hill. It's just
yeah, yeah.
nonsense how many
Yeah,
lights there are. There's a light like every quarter mile. It's crazy.
exactly, exactly. I last weekend when I went up to Pleasant Hill, I was like, I'm getting there right when they open. I'm gonna spend 30 minutes collecting my books, and then I'm shooting out of there, so I don't have to deal with all that crap. So,
Oh yeah, last weekend was like holiday, like
yep.
just before the holidays. I bet it was fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then also, if you're into like toys and board games, they've got a ton of discount board games. They have like Star Wars action figures brand new for like $4.
Dang, I need
They've
to go
got
there for Christmas shopping. That's where I should have
y-
gone for like my
yeah,
brother and stuff.
like Black Panther action figures, Thor. You can buy like the Thor hammer, all that stuff.
I need to show you what I got my dad for Christmas. It's awesome.
What is it?
It's a Viking gnome.
Uh,
He's like into gnomes, like old man style. One sec, I'm gonna unplug my headphones and run over
yeah,
and grab it. Actually, I'll
nice.
just take them out.
Oh, wow. So it's like kind of stuffed, like it's a plush?
Yeah, it's like legitly made. Is it? Nice.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
He's a little Viking gnome. And
He's
he's
cute.
got like a bunch of like wooden tassels and stuff on the back,
Yeah.
like hanging off, and he's got a battle axe over here, and he's got his little Viking helmet, and it actually stands up pretty good.
What?
I'll say medium good. He might have to prop him somewhere. But yeah,
Is that handmade?
I don't know. I think so.
Hmm.
The picture it had like, oh, he does have braids. Look at his little
Mhm.
braids. Look at his little braids under his beard.
That is so cute.
So cool. He has like this big, like pretty jeweled like belt and stuff, but like it's all under his beard, so you can't see it. It's funny. And he has
What?
mustaches. This thing's fucking awesome. I'm gonna angle it so you can like see his braids. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Come on, braid.
Nice.
Come out here. Yeah, he's got like big Viking braids.
Oh yeah. I think your dad's gonna love it.
You will too.
That's awesome.
Okay, back in you go, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, it's a lot better quality than I thought it was going to be. It doesn't look nearly as good as the pictures because, of course, in the pictures, everything on here that's brown is like leather, and there's no
Hmm.
actual leather on here. But I kind of expected that. I read the reviews, and that's what they said. But
Oh
um, but a lot of people were like, oh, it's cheap quality, but like pretty good quality to me. Like
yeah.
what
No,
you're
it
looking
seems
for in
good.
your gnome Vikings, but
Right. Did you get Justin anything for Christmas?
oh yeah, I got him AirPods because he was looking for like a new like set of Bluetooth like earbuds. So that's
Nice.
that's what I got for Justin and Greg.
Oh, cool.
Um, I got Greg and Justin also new fly swatters because our fly swatters broke, and we have a bunch of like yellow jackets that like to hang out in the back area. So we like stand out there with our like weapons ready. Uh, and I also got him a D&D book. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it's Mordenkainen's Guide to the Multiverse, I think, or Mordenkainen
mm,
presents the Guide to the Multiverse, I think, and it's a
yeah.
lot of the information from some of the other books, but it's
Hmm.
rebalanced for
Oh,
some
okay.
changes that they made, and it also puts in the new character creation.
Yeah.
Because before, like the player's handbook has like 12 races or so that you can pick from, but
Mm,
then
uh,
they've released 2 dozen other books, and each book like
mm,
every other book will have like 2 more races that have been added. So this has all of the races together, so all 30 of the player character races and the things you get for being those races
huh.
um are in there as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I there's something I want you to experience because I think you'd like it. Um, Kim, who role played with us, so she would host Dungeons and Dragons games at her house, and it's very different from how we played Monster of the Week because she has this giant TV that she sets up on the table, and then she has like the official maps for the campaign from Wizards of the Coast. So if you go to explore like a shipwreck with like zombies and you're trying to get treasure, like that's what the map looks like. Or if you're trying to solve a puzzle with like dragon statues, like that's what you see on the TV screen with the map. And then you choose your like token and you can move your token around the
Oh,
map.
cool. So it adds like a tactical, like
Yes.
visual aid.
Yes,
Nice. I've been trying to
exactly.
research which ones of those are the best because there's about 10 of them.
Mm. Mhm.
But a lot of them you have to pay money and, subscribe to
Oh.
use the assets for them.
Oh.
So I
Huh.
haven't delved into it because I have very little exposure to it, and it's hard to research stuff like that like thoroughly.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, like it can be done, of course, but
Yeah.
I haven't invested the time into it fully, but I want to step up my game as far as like, being a
Yeah.
dungeon master and include that. I try to
Yeah.
always have a map for fighting now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh because I want all of the mechanical aspects of D&D to matter. So I want where you are to matter compared to where they are. And sometimes it's easier to do theater of the mind. Like Monster of the Week, like distances and stuff like that don't matter in Monster of the Week, as opposed to like narratively, like how far you are from it. Are you close to it or are you far away from it? So it's okay to like do theater of the mind for that. But in D&D, there's a lot of mechanical stuff that's like I have a character that like one of his abilities is the first round of combat, he gets an extra 10 feet of movement. And that only matters if you have a mat. Like that only matters if you're like playing that way.
Exactly.
Oh, I wish I had taken a picture of it. I did a fight for Justin the other day. We went back to the first game that I ran for him that our old roommate was in. And our friend Taylor was in it for a while, but like it wasn't as fun doing it with her because I felt like we were always trying to catch her up. So we're trying to like move on to like new things with her. So we started playing Monster of the Week and other things. And so the right before Christmas, Justin and I were talking and we were like, why don't we just do us? Like we've role played just us before. Like we know this world. You have tons of NPCs that like go and fight with you. So it's not like, me as a DM running it's not going to have anything to do. Like I'm going to be busy. And so I gave him full reign of his group's NPCs because it was only him and one other person. So I let them collect NPCs that were like in their band that could go out and fight with them. So I was like, why don't you make character sheets for them and you can play the whole party and I'll role play them and like we'll just go about business as normal. So I put together a fight that started. It's a dungeon that is the creatures from the very beginning of the campaign. So there were like necromancer fairy creatures. I called them necroleafins, who were trying to bring about the return of the old king of the fairies, who died like thousands of years ago and was super evil. So that's why they're necromancer fairies. And they thwarted their attempts to bring him back, but they didn't kill them all. So they found out where they were hiding out in the big scary fortress in the icy wastes in the north, and went there and messed with them, and got like temporally like displaced after like going through. There was 3 towers for the dungeon and they went through the whole first tower, and this is with our old roommate Eric from like a while back. So this was 2021 when this dungeon like happened and they got like displaced. So we got to go back to the dungeon and finish it off. So they rode a tramway down that that was at the very bottom of the last tower. There were these 2 big cages hanging from the ceiling with like terrible like failed experiments that were just like people like mashed together into like this monstrous flesh golem pile that were like hanging in these cages. And so all the mouths on it, like all the like, in different states of decomposing heads would like scream and open their mouth and spit acid at them. And they had to like go down this tramway and like fight these 2 things in cages that were like hanging.
That's freaky.
Yeah, so they defeat them and get down, and like I beat the shit out of them. Like they had to rest, and well, I want to step it up. Like he's playing 4 characters that are now level 12. Like I'm gonna beat you up. Like you might die. Like I want there to be stakes. And then they get into the next room, and a feature of these creatures is that they can manipulate each other. So the necroleafins can like kill themselves and give all of their powers to one of their brethren and create like an AoE like spiky thing when they die. So they went into a room that had another one of those like blob creatures like in a big vat in the center of it, and a portal in the back, which is where they were getting their time magic sand. A big statue of the Night King in the very back, and all these like raised like platforms because it was made in a natural cave, so it was like natural like cave summit. So it was like this tiered up. So they were starting at the bottom level, and it was just a super cool fight. They had to go through all that. First thing he did was they like got around everyone as quick as they could and ran over to the portal and dispelled it because he's like, I don't know what's behind the portal, but like I don't want to fuck with
Oh,
that. So
with the sand, with the
yeah.
sand.
Mm.
Okay. That
Yeah,
was
so
good
now
thinking.
he's got a couple buckets of like magical time sand that he gets to fuck around with. So that was like what he got from the fight was like this
Oh,
magic
interesting.
time sand that they get to use now to like imbue their items with and stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
But yeah,
I
I drew it all up on a map, and there were like things that they could hide behind in the caves and stuff.
yeah. It So I've never played Dungeons and Dragons normally. I've only played like her style with, like you said, like being tactical with the maps. But it did add like a really cool element. Like there's this part where like the dragon can shoot a beam, and the beam is like, we'll say an inch wide. And depending on who it aims for and who you're standing behind, that means like whether you practically like die or not. So you really have to like factor that in and
Yeah,
go like,
especially with
am I
powerful stuff like dragons, like yeah, they'll just
yeah,
kill you. Like their breath weapons will just kill you. Like
yeah, exactly. So Kim actually lives like 5 minutes away from you. So like the next
oh,
time we
cool.
play, I could try to get you in just so you could like kind of see what it's like and experience it and see if you want to do it for your games.
Yeah, I would love that.
So
I could roll
yeah.
up a character. I'm a good player too. I'm not gonna like throw her stuff off and stuff.
You're probably like Josh. Josh knows every freaking rule. He'll pick like a halfling, like, and he'll hide behind someone else and then use that to his advantage and get like advantage rolls because he's, technically behind another character and all this crazy stuff.
Also,
So
there's some characters like there's some classes you can pick that have a lot of like tactical combat abilities, like especially rogues. Um,
oh,
rogues
interesting.
get certain features that like let them use their action economy because every action or every turn in combat of yours, you have your action, your
Mhm,
bonus action, which only certain things are allowed to be bonus actions. They have to be
mhm.
like smaller actions. Your free action, which is like opening a door, like real simple
Huh.
stuff like grabbing something really quick,
Yeah.
um, and your movement. Um,
Huh.
so like
Okay.
advanced players will consider that and make sure that they get something that can fill all of that. And then you have your reaction, which
Oh,
is
okay.
something you can do outside of your turn
Mhm.
if certain conditions are met. So like if somebody's like if you're fighting like an orc and the orc like sees the wizard behind you and is like that's priority target and the orc leaves your melee range, you can use your
Yeah.
reaction to hit him while he leaves your melee range. It's called an opportunity
Oh,
attack. Yeah,
okay.
and everyone can do that. So like if somebody's like in your shit fighting with you and then tries to leave without disengaging,
Mhm.
you can just hit them. It's not a free hit, you still
Oh,
roll, but
yeah.
so yeah, so advanced players will or people who are used to it will find ways to make the most of all of those things.
Okay. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. Yeah, interesting. Um, speaking of role playing, I I got to the third book of Harry Potter, and
It's where it
I
starts getting
feel
serious, isn't it?
yeah, like that's you and Christy both said that's your favorite book, or did I misremember that?
I think it's Christie's favorite, that one and the last one. I think she said were her favorites. My favorite's the fifth one, but the
The
third
fifth
one's
one,
where it like really starts kicking off, and I really appreciate it for
right?
that. Yeah,
Yeah, like I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to wait till she comes back next
yeah, I
week,
understand.
and then we can all talk about it. Because like the second book, I mean, it's just wow, like it's really really good. But yeah, like the world is so well thought out and so rich and so dense that I felt compelled to start making like a Harry Potter campaign for all of us. I was like, I can't not make a campaign
Oh
in
my
this
gosh, that would be so
universe.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have started that. do you want to know where you start off in the campaign?
What kind of are you using D&D for it?
I was going to just use like a kind of like my own system and not get very complex with it. And I guess we just could call it very like a very soft magic system. Um,
I like
I
stuff like
wanted,
that. Like not everything needs a lot of rules. Like let the
yeah,
professionals make all the rules games, and like your homebrew
yeah.
stuff can just be very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking because I felt like if we introduced like a D&D style set of rules, it might kind of bog things down. I like how quick and fast Monster of the Week is. It's like, hey, you want to do this thing? All right, roll. Okay, what did you get? I figured I could kind of do it like this. 9 through we could do like 10 through 12. Like the action is amazing. Like you kill the enemy in like one, magic spell. And then 7 through 9, it succeeds, but maybe you take some damage. And then everything, 0 through 6 would be like it just fails. Something very simple like that. And I wouldn't be like, oh, you can only have these spells. I would just say, hey, whatever spell from that world you can use. And then I would just make a determination, kind of like using distance and like difficulty of the enemy to tell you what happens. That's what I was
And
thinking.
a lot of the like badly stuff is like kid shenanigans too,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
like takes away from like I use my magic to solve everything to like I want to
Mhm.
do this silly ass shit like and this is how I want to do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, when
Because I
I ran it, that's what I use. I use the monster of the week like
Oh,
framework.
did you really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so okay, so we were like thinking on the same
Oh yeah, yeah.
wavelength
We were
then.
right on the same wavelength. Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's funny. That's
Yeah,
so
and I don't even
interesting.
think I gave the rules to like people. I think I told them what the
Yeah.
moves were
Uh-huh.
and like just kind of left it at that. Like
Yeah.
and like they built their uh what is it? I had them build their stats because they related to
Mm.
the moves. Like they're cool and they're sharp and they're
Mhm.
weird and stuff like that. Like I gave them a point buy system.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I gave them 4 or 5 points and told them they couldn't go above a 2. So like, two
Okay.
in weird and one in cool and one in sharp or something like that.
Okay.
But like again, it doesn't need to be that deep. Like if you don't want to add modifiers until they earn modifiers by being in
Mhm.
school. I mean, if we're starting at year 1, we're 10-year-olds, so like
I was thinking I was thinking of starting you guys off as like year 2 characters. Um, because I felt like if you start off as like complete newbies, that wouldn't really mesh with the rest of it because I was gonna give you guys access to any spell from Harry Potter. Like if you know it and you can say it and you know what it does, I was gonna allow you to do it. So that's kind of why I was thinking of making you guys like second year or third year. Because if you were first year, that doesn't really make sense. Like how do you
yeah,
guys, you know what I mean?
yeah, we're gonna have a lot more knowledge than our characters
Hmm.
are.
Yeah, and I don't I don't want to give too much away, but I was gonna kind of pull from the Persona games and like as I'm writing it, I have this part where you guys go to herbology class, and it'll be like, oh, Professor Turnip or something, and he'll ask you questions about the universe. And then if you get the questions correct in the classroom, then that would like give you items or increase your stats similar to like the Persona games. So you can kind of like go to
Okay,
class
cool.
during the
So like you
day.
use like
Mhm.
the Hogwarts slice of life aspect to like build
Yeah,
your character.
exactly, exactly. I thought people would be really excited about that because like you basically would get rewarded for knowing trivia, like
Yeah.
what is this plant called or how would you make this or I think I felt like people would be really, really excited about that aspect. And another aspect I noticed, especially in the second book, is there's a lot of mystery going on. She's really good at like laying out clues and you're trying to solve like a mystery. So I wanted to include that
Yeah, the
aspect.
second one's very like murder mystery, which is super fun.
Yes, it really is. And also some puzzles. Like I feel like puzzles really fit into that whole universe, you know. So
Yeah, very
that's what
much.
I'm writing into it. So
Yeah, let me know. I'm sure Christy would be down. So
yeah. And can you dress like exactly like how you're dressed right now, but
yeah,
like
I'll wear
with
my blanket, no
your hat?
problem.
That's perfect.
I ain't
That's
scared.
perfect. I love it. And it has to be with your special hat too.
I want to get like a pin so that like when I wear it, because it's freaking huge. It's eight and a
Oh,
half by 6.5 feet. So I want to get a
yeah,
pin to like put here. So it
yeah,
doesn't like open up and show my like boo shirt. Because when I wear it on my shoulders, it goes all the way to the floor. And
yeah. That would be perfect. That looks so
it's got tassels.
wizardy. Yeah, yeah,
Can you
it
see the
really does look
tassels?
like yeah. That I mean, I'm not even joking. That feels like if you wore that to the game, like I feel like it would add to the ambiance.
I've had this blanket in my cart for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of one of the characters I drew, and I really liked the pattern. And I was finally like, why am I waiting to buy this? I want it. I just bought it for
Yeah.
myself.
Nice.
I think I've showed you the character, but he's my favorite NPC that I've made. And it's
Hmm.
so cool. Justin's running a game for me and Greg.
Oh, nice.
And one of his characters is a warlock, and warlocks in D&D, the way they're a warlock is they get their powers from a like stronger being. They bond to them and get abilities from them. So it's that character, the magical art stealer that I
Whoa.
drew.
Oh,
So
you
in
made
his world, yeah, I drew that.
Oh, can I see it
Um
again? Can I see it again for longer? Oh, yeah. Oh, you did a good job with that.
thanks.
Wow, there's a lot of detail there. Okay, I'm really impressed with your drawing skills.
Thanks.
Wow,
But he
that's
made this
cool.
character become a genie, and he's
Yeah.
now that warlock's patron because he's lived so
Oh, yeah.
long and he's now become a genie. So it's like it's so cool for me to be like, oh, my favorite character, you made him into a genie. That's perfect. Like
He is kind of I
he's
feel like
very
his
genie.
yeah, yeah, especially the way he's dressed, kind of lends himself to that. Oh, dang, it's almost been an hour? Holy crap, it doesn't even feel like we've been talking for an hour. That's weird.
That's how talking about role playing works.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll wrap it up in the next 9 minutes. Okay. I wanted to say, so I finished Midsummer on your recommendation, and
It's
oh
really
my
good.
god,
It's not
it
like
is.
anything else. Like
It
nothing
is
else is
not.
like it.
It is not like anything else. And now I definitely want more movie recommendations because wow.
I wish I had other movies that were on that level. That one's like a
Yeah.
shining star. But
Yeah.
yeah, and also the visuals at the end when they're all tripping is very close to what tripping's actually like. Like the way
Yeah.
everything like moves like across
Mhm.
each other and in waves, like that's what the visuals are actually like when you do
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Still don't
When
recommend them though.
oh my gosh. When they put everyone in that like yellow IKEA type house thing and they're like sticking antlers on them and putting flowers over their eyes and then they just set the whole thing on fire. Oh my
And
god.
it's so like grounded in what could be a thing in
Yes.
reality that like
Yes.
lends to the creepiness because you're like waiting for the supernatural shoe to drop and it doesn't. Like it's
Mm-mm.
just a crazy cult. Like it's just this
Yep.
culture of people.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I kept waiting for like some sort of supernatural god to emerge or like a satyr to come out of the forest
Mhm.
or
Yeah, the
something,
whole movie you're waiting for it.
and it never happens, and it's just, yeah, like you said, it's very grounded, and it feels like it could just be another culture that launches old people off a cliff, and then they have like this weird ritual sex where everyone watches and it's super creepy, and they sacrifice yeah, I mean, it honestly feels like it's like a different, almost like Icelandic culture that you could easily just stumble upon without expecting it, which made it so much worse.
Did you watch that guy's other movie that he released before Midsummer, Hereditary? Have we
Yes,
talked
that
about
one
that?
was excellent.
I just
Yeah.
watched that for the first time a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
did
freaking
you
excellent.
really?
Yeah, yeah, I hadn't seen it. Yeah, and
That's
it was really good. Also, the actress that plays the mom in that movie, I've seen her in a couple other horror movies. She's
oh,
so good. Like, I need
huh.
to look at other movies she's in. Love her though.
The
Hereditary.
visit visit and if I'm remembering correctly, it has a super freaky supernatural ending, right?
Yeah, it's very much like the son of Satan is real kind
Okay,
of
okay,
thing. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was remembering that correctly.
Yeah, what other things has she been in? I'm looking at the mom in Hereditary. Like
Oh,
she
okay.
was so good. What other stuff has she been? Filmography, television. Doo, doo, doo. There we go. Doo, 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 doo. Oh yeah, she was in The Sixth Sense. That's right.
Oh, wow. Huh. I wonder if there's like actors that kind of specialize in horror, like they get in all the horror movies.
I think so. I think that's like a tier of acting. Like
Yeah.
I think mm, like high profile actors probably look down on like the horror actors. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else that like is jumping out as like, oh, that like I've seen her in that and that was awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of horror movies. She's
Mm,
been busy, busy, busy.
interesting.
The Magic Pudding. What the hell is that movie? I have to look that up.
He he recently released another horror movie called Beau is Afraid, I believe.
Beau's Afraid.
Uh-huh. I think it's another horror movie that he just released like 5 months ago.
Horror comedy. It's 3 hours long.
Whoa. Whoa.
Joaquin Phoenix is in it. He is Beau.
Hmm. I mean, if
I
it's
love
made by
Joaquin
the
Phoenix.
if if it's the Midsummer director, I mean, it might be super good, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Where's this Wikipedia? I hate when the Wikipedia is not the first thing. Wikipedia could be all bullshit and lies, and I would never know. Yeah, Ari Aster.
Is that the director?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's currently working on Eddington.
Eddington. Hmm.
Beau is afraid. Okay, I'm not going to read any more about it because then I'm going to start reading like information.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want actual like plot information.
Right, right. That makes sense. Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But yeah,
Maybe
you should
for
definitely talk to Christy like when we do our next weeks about your role
yeah.
playing idea. I think she would be all about it.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think that'll be fun. And then yeah, I'm saving all the Harry Potter talk for next week. It's hard not to talk about it because wow, that third book is so good. And I just man.
I need to
Okay,
catch
okay.
up. I haven't been reading as much because I've been like catching up on a couple shows, so I've been like eating those
Yeah.
up. And also, I started playing Ghost of Tsushima again, which is so beautiful. So that's what I've been doing a lot of since like just before Christmas.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It's so good.
uh I feel like the Harry Potter books are pretty short and easy to read. So you already read it, so you can probably just whip right through it and then,
Oh yeah, I reread them recently, and I read them all in like a month.
oh wow.
That was like I'd say recently. That was before Greg moved in, so before this
Mm,
summer. I think it was last winter.
yeah.
Yeah, it was after the it was either right after the game came out last winter or right
Oh,
before the game came out. So like about a
oh
year ago.
nice. Okay. Okay.
I'm
Cool.
always down to reread them. I love them.
They're really good. Like, yeah, I'm glad
Oh,
you guys talked
no,
them
it
up.
was over. No, it was 2 years ago because I was still at Starbucks. Because I remember having a conversation with somebody at Starbucks about it. So yeah, it's been about 2 years since I reread it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
because I
nice.
remember oh, you're in the middle of the third book. Um Something happens in the third book, and
Yeah.
I thought it was another character that did this thing. And when I read it, I was like, it was that character? Like, man, I had totally remembered that totally wrong. And it's not anything you'll notice. But it's
Yeah.
something Crookshanks does actually. It's Hermione's cat does a thing. And I just totally forgot that like it was Hermione's cat that did this thing. Um,
Huh.
so yeah, it's so funny how like once you go a little bit not reading something, how you'll like change what you remember, especially when there's movies about it too.
Yeah.
Have you watched the movies yet?
I I watched them all a long, long time ago, probably when
Yeah.
they first came out. So to be honest, I basically don't remember hardly anything from them. So now when I'm going through the books, it's basically like I'm discovering everything for the first time. Like
I would wait to
I
finish the series then, so that way like your thoughts of characters and stuff don't get too colored by like what is portrayed.
oh, okay. Okay, cool. I met this guy who lives like 2 minutes from me, and he works in film, and he actually worked on several Stephen King features, including Doctor Sleep and, like, Gerald's Game. I tried to get him to come on our podcast as a guest, and he says because of NDAs, he doesn't wanna be recorded talking about, like, the making of the Stephen King movies, but I might be able to get him to come on and talk to us if we don't record it. If you guys want to hear
Yeah,
someone
I'm
talk
down. I'd
about
ask Christy, but that would be really
yeah?
interesting. I'd love to talk to somebody who like knows behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, like, um I just randomly told him, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm really into Stephen King." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I remember we were filming the end of Doctor Sleep and they burned down the Overlook Hotel and I was so disappointed." And I'm like, "Wait, what did you just say? Like you were there when you burned down a whole hotel for like the finale of Doctor Sleep?" I'm like, "Bro, wait, what?" Like
That's so cool.
I'm like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "Can you tell us, like, more stuff about making, like, Stephen King movies, please?" You know? Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's really cool.
crazy. So, I'll yeah, I figured you would definitely be into something like that, but, yeah, I'll see if he'll kinda, like, talk with us if we don't record it. He was like, "It can't be recorded." I was like, "Okay, we won't." So, but okay. Cool, man. Talk to you next week.
Make good choices.
You make good choices too.
Bye, Jeremy.
Bye. See ya.